injustice, death. Girls, boys, art, pleasure. Girls, boys, art, pleasure. Food, cars, travel. Food, cars, travel, travel. New York, New York, New York, New York. Armani, Armani, Armani. Versace, Chingway.
You're my lover, you're my hope, you're my dreams, my life, my passion, my love, my sex, my money, violence, religion, injustice and death.
stories. Stood by the bus stop with a felt pen in this suburban hell. And in the distance, a police car to break the suburban spell. Let's take a ride and run with the dogs tonight in suburbia. You can hide and run with the dogs tonight in suburbia. Break the window by the town hall, listen as siren screams. There in the distance, like a rope I've got the crime. Oh, there's a lot of opportunities if you know when to take them, you know. There's a lot of opportunities. If there aren't, you can make them. Make or break them. I've got the brains, you've got the looks. Let's make lots of money. You've got the broad, I've got the brain. Let's make lots of money. See, I'm single-minded, I know what I could be. How'd you feel about it? Come take a walk with me. I'm looking for a partner, regardless of expense. Think about it seriously, you know it makes sense. Let's make lots of money. You've got the brawn, I've got the brain. Let's make lots of money. I've got the brains, you've got the looks. Let's make lots of money. Money. everyone.
This happens to everyone, to everyone. But where does it get you? bars and knocking down tables in a restaurant in a West End town. Call the police, there's a madman around, running down underground to a dive bar in a West End town. In a West End town, a dead end world, the Eastern boys and Western girls. In a West End town, a dead end world, the Eastern boys and Western girls. Too many shadows, whispering voices, faces on posters, too many choices. If, when, why, what, how much have you got? Have you got it, do you get it? If so, how often? Which do you choose, a hard or soft option? In a Western town, a dead end world, the Eastern boys and Western girls. In a Western town, a dead end world, the Eastern boys and Western girls. West End No one knows your name. No one knows your name. No one knows your name.
Divided by 0, 0, 2, divided by 0, 0, 0.
Let's not go home, we'll catch the late train. I've got enough money to pay on the way. When the postman calls, he'll deliver the letter. I've explained everything, it's better that way.
Divided by,
I think they heard a rumor,
divided by,
or someone tipped them off.
divided by,
It's better to go sooner
divided by,
than call it all off. We'll catch a plane to New York and a cab going down, cross the bridges and tunnels, straight into town. Tomorrow morning we'll be miles away on another continent and another day. Let's not go home or call it a day. You won't be alone. Let's run away.
divided by 0, 0, 2, divided by 0, 0, 0.
Someone spread a rumor, better to go sooner. Let's run away. So why hang around for the deed to be done? You can give it all up for a place in the sun. When the postman calls, we'll be miles away on a plane to New York and another day. I think they heard a rumor, or someone tipped them off. Better to go sooner than call it all off. Someone spread a rumor, and someone has to pay. Let's not go home. Let's run away. Let's not go home. Let's run away.
Sometimes you're better off dead. There's a gun in your hand that's pointing at your head. You think you're mad, too unstable, kicking in chairs and knocking down tables in a restaurant in a West End town. Call the police, there's a madman around, running down underground to a dive bar in a West End town.
In a Western town, a dead end world, the Eastern boys and Western girls. In a Western town, a dead end world, the Eastern boys and Western girls. West End girls. feel about it? Come take a walk with me. I'm looking for a partner, regardless of expense. Think about it seriously, you know it makes sense. Let's make lots of money, yeah. You got the brawn, I got the brains. Let's make lots of money. I got the brains, you got the looks. Let's make lots of money. Money. Sooner or later, this happens to everyone. To everyone. You can live your life lonely, heavy as stone. Live your life learning and working alone. Say this is all you want, but I don't believe that it's true. 'Cause when you least expect it, waiting round the corner for you. Love comes quickly whatever you do, you can't stop falling. Love comes quickly, whatever you do, you can't stop falling. You can live a life of luxury if that's what you want. Taste forbidden pleasures, whatever you want. You can fly to the end of the world, but where does it get you to? 'Cause just when you least expect it, just what you least expect, love do to be done. She says they're too old for toys. Stood by the bus stop with a felt pen in this suburban hell. And in the distance, a police car to break the suburban spell. Let's take a ride and run with the dogs tonight in suburbia. You can hide, run with the dogs tonight in suburbia. Break a window by the town hall, listen the siren screams. There in the distance, like a roll call of all the suburban dreams. Let's take a ride and run with the dogs tonight in suburbia. You can hide, run with the dogs tonight in suburbia. take a walk with me? I'm looking for a partner, regardless of expense. Think about it seriously, you know it makes sense. Let's make lots of money, yeah. You got the brawn, I got the brains. Let's make lots of money. I got the brains, you got the looks. Let's make lots of money. Money.
I may be wrong, till later, till later, till later tonight. That boy never cast a look in your direction, never tried to hook for your affection. Dresses like the mold of your invention, tall and proud. He is the head boy of a school of thought that plays in your intentions night and day. And you wait till later, till later tonight. You wait till later, till later, till later tonight. Tonight, you wait till later, till later, till later tonight, 'cause tonight always comes. Try.
Strangers in overcoats, hurry on home. Tonight I've been walking in the rain. Someone's been talking and I've got the blame. Chained, framed, you know what I mean. Push me in the corner and I'll scream. Just give me one more chance. One more chance.
You always wanna
maybe then change the law. Are you looking forward? Now we want some more. We're SHOPPING, we're shopping. It's easy when you've got all the information. Inside help, no investigation. No questions in the house, no give and take. There's
Look at my dreams, the currency we've spent. I love you, you pay my rent. I love you, you pay my rent. Oh, I love you, you pay my rent. kitchen sink, my radio play songs like Tainted Love and Love is Strange. As I listened and the words hit my ears, I cried sudden tears. Now I want to wake up. How I want to wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's mad, it's mad to be in love with someone else. When you're in love with me, she's in love with me. But you know as well as I do, I can never think of anyone but you. All my play with fire, play with guns. It's easy to impress someone. Turning in my sleep, you call me a fool. To fall in love, is it so uncool? Now I want to wake up. How I want to wake up. Now I want to wake up. Wake up, 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 did